Alright. Alrighty. Yeah. Another day of sports. Sports day. I know we haven't been here in a couple days talking sports. NFL playoffs. They were great. I mean, I have to say every game was pretty much a good game. I mean, besides obviously the Seattle Seahawks in the Niners second half, and obviously the Cowboys pretty much put the works to the Packers, or not the Packers, to the Buccaneers. My bad. My team lost. The Vikings, we lost, and it was because our defense, like I said again, and I've always said, people go back to the fucking footage, and I'll tell you, even before this regular season ended, that the Minnesota Vikings defense was going to be the fucking killer. It was not Kirk Cousins. I don't want to hear it. It was Kirk Cousins. He's just not the quarterback. That 4th and 8, he could have thrown it to Thielen. He could have threw it to somebody. Why did he throw it to T.J. Hawkinson? That was the safest pass. That was the only person that wasn't double covered, or and it wouldn't have mattered anyways. We killed ourselves, and that's the end all be all. We won 13 fucking games this season. We made it to the playoffs. We won our fucking division. And, that's something that the last 2 years, we weren't in the playoffs. And so to be in the playoffs this year and having the record we had, I think it goes good for next season. And I have this fucking Niners fan that wants to talk shit. Oh, motherfucking Vikings. Well, dude, I hate when you Niner fans get on this fucking high horse of, oh, our team's the greatest and we're gonna whoop everyone's ass, and no one's gonna, and then you don't want to hear the shit talk. Like, you can't talk shit and then not expect shit to get talked to you when your team loses. And then their excuses are, well, my team did better than your team. You can't have that as an excuse. You fucking talk shit and you said your team was the best, so you're gonna whoop everyone's ass. And when your team don't whoop everyone's ass and you talking that shit, that's what gets your ass in trouble. And then people want to get into fights. You want to die over some stupid, a bunch of men are a bunch of cheerleaders for a bunch of fucking teams. But they won't fucking do what they need to do as men in real life society and fight and stand up. But they'll fight another man over a fucking football team or a basketball team or a college team or whatever. You see how fucking idiocracy we are? Ass backwards? Like, I grew up loving sports, and now, I don't hate it or despise it, but I want to expose it for what it is. It ain't about for the genuine love of the game anymore. And most people, well, hey, you're wrong about that. Well, how? You prove to me the evidence that I am wrong, that the game is not rigged. That's like saying that going to Las Vegas or going to any casino, that it's not rigged for them to win, or to let you win and then to rig it to where you keeps coming back. Like, you can't fucking tell me that. I mean, you're going in. There's people that play the lottery every day. That's another thing. Another scam. Another thing. How many actual people win the lottery? Out of all the people that put their fucking money in there and all, it's a fucking scam. It's a fucking scam for everybody to put their money into this shit and then believe in how this fairy tale, let's just call it what it is, a fairy tale, and thinking that they're going to win $1 bazillion and they're going to live in a fucking mansion happily fucking ever after, like a fairy tale story. And it does not happen. I'm telling you this right now. Do they ever tell you the sad stories of the people that win the lottery and win those big jackpots and everything? Afterwards, their life sucks. They end up broke. They end up broker than they ever been. Ask these football stars. Ask these basketball stars. Ask these fucking musicians if they're still alive and around and willing to fucking admit to to selling their souls, or to, just doing this for the, and it's not, oh, well, anybody could be the president. Anybody could be an athlete. Anybody could be this. It's the illusion. It's the deception and the illusion of that, okay, we could do this. But they make it out like, okay, everybody can do this. Like music, for instance, and sports, for instance, and acting. Acting is just a motherfucker just acting. That person's not saving someone's life. That person isn't making the world a better place. This person is keeping people in a place. They're a placeholder to hold you into a place. But that is what we don't get as human beings. We just rah and cheer. Yeah, Vikings, yeah, kill these motherfuckers. End of the day, we can't even stand up and fight for our own selves. When the collapse of our society and everything else, nobody's rah and cheering and fighting for that. People are just lying down. And it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter your color, your race, your ethnicity, your gender, your orientation. It doesn't get life and death and hate and love has no color, has no gender, has nothing to do with this shit. It's the people that we allow to manipulate us that are the problems. And then we're the problems for allowing ourselves to be manipulated and play the fucking game and then act like this, and but continue to be negligent, but also want to be the victim. No, that can't be. That can't be. And maybe I'm the only motherfucker that wants to say it and be about it, but that's the end all be all. I hate to burst anybody's bubble, and if people don't like my sports takes, I don't care. I have to listen to people's takes on every damn thing about life. Do you think I sit here and say, well, you know what, you're fucking wrong, buddy. You know what, you're fucking ignorant and stupid. No, hey. If somebody believes that, they believe that. But if you are being coerced or you're being kind of, how should I say it, you're being groomed, and that's what happened with a lot of us. They groomed us to accept a lot of shit. So that way, a lot of bullshit and shit can happen to a blind eye because we're not paying attention. It's like the magician. The magician his job is to trick you and to deceive you and to decept your mind to think that there's a magic trick going on, which there is a trick, but they're tricking you to not understand, to see what it is they're trying to do and pull off as a magic trick, because that's part of the deception, part of the illusion of this. But, at the end of the day, that's what this sports is. Sports is nothing more than just a desolate illusion. And like I said, I don't care to sit here and talk to 1,000 people and have an argument about what is real, what's not real, and what's this and what's that. We have to stand on our principles and our morals, and we have to stand on them. We can't be moved off them. We can't be persuaded. We can't just be like, okay, well, we can accept this now. Well, no. See, that's the problem. People are willing to accept things, and then it just there's no standard. There's no standard. We're just moving, and we're just, there's no standing on something. That's what it called. What's a foundation? A foundation does not move. A foundation is a solid foundation for what something, for which foundation creates stability. It's the stability of what we need in our life and our things today. And we don't have that. We're missing it and we're not getting it. But, I'm not here to have an argument. I'm just here to spread the little message. Put the message out there. Plant the seed for people to think. This is food for thought. That's what we used to say, food for thought, things to think about, But see, we're not thinkers anymore. We're taught don't think, don't do, but you have to be obedient. Now, if you're not obedient, and if you don't tote the line, then this is what's going to happen to you. That's part of what the society of life is. They don't care. And these athletes, like I say right now, this is my sports show. When I'm talking about reality, these athletes get paid. Okay, they get paid by the NFL to therefore have to stay lock and stock. Because you see, when they don't go lock and stock with the NFL, look what happens. They paint you as the bad guy, the fall guy, the crazy guy. Antonio Brown. Oh man, he's not the only bad guy, the bad apple that's been in the NFL, but they created this monster. They've created these monsters. They've breeded people in such a way that they've accepted their fate. They've accepted that this is all I'm good for. This is what my life is. And that's it. They accepted it. But yet they're social justice warriors. Yet they're fighting for the layman and the common person in our neighborhoods, in our communities. When there's people out there that are fighting it each and every day, fighting the good fight, and don't get recognized, and they don't want the clout or whatever. They're just trying to do what is right. But that's not what society wants us to be. Society wants us to be a bunch of corrupted, a bunch of hypocrite motherfucking people. Don't do as we say. Don't do as we do, but do as we say. And that's called duality. That's called hypocrisy. And that's what the world has been built upon. And we wonder why we can't stop this monster that we've created, because now it's gotten too big to where you can't destroy it. How do you destroy it? Where do you begin? Because there's so much facets of how this was let to happen and why people continually happens. It's a cycle, a sick cycle in terms of generations of history. I mean, it's like history. History tells us. I mean, all the people before us and people that will come after us, are we all just doomed for this fucking stupid cycle of just working in a system and believing the system cares and believing that this and this and that and this is what life is? Is life just living the today and the now? Is life fulfilling prophecy? Is life this and that? I mean, life is what we all make it, but we can't sit here and have disillusions of what life is either, because there's the nature of the beast and there's the reality. We keep fighting the reality and the nature of things. That this is what happens. But I'm just a dude out here trying to speak on things. Let's just use. I'm going to use a recent example. Damar Hamlin. The guy didn't die. Okay, the guy, he did. His heart did stop on the fucking field. Yes, it did stop. Yes, it did. It did stop when he got to the hospital as well. But they stopped the whole fucking game for him. And they thought, oh, he died, and oh my Lord, they're making this man the version of Christ now. Damar Hamilton is the new Christ. He survived, he lived, but nobody's asking the question, what caused it? What caused this man, this 24-year-old athlete, to have a heart attack? What is causing young people now to have heart and cardiac arrest? Nobody's asking the question on that. Oh, it just happens now. So normal, healthy people are just dying at younger ages now? It's just that's the life now? And see, this is the bullshit us people continue to perpetuate in our lives and wonder why we continually get fucked. Because we don't ask the questions. We just feel sorry for this guy, Damar Hamlin. When billions of people are dying, somebody's dead right now. You think people are fucking stopping their way of work? There's a cops that have been shot. There's been police officers. There's been hospital. There's been many of us regular folk that have died. You think they're stopping life and oh well, life can't go on now. We gotta just stop it. No. But Damar Hamlin is the new age version of Christ. He can't do no wrong. And Skip Bayless is the devil. But all these other people, like RG fucking 3, I'm sorry. RG3, you're a scumbag. You are a scumbag. You are, man. You are what you're what I like to call you're the company man, bro. All you fuckers, bro. It doesn't matter what color they are. Steve Young is a company man. They all are. Troy Aikman, all these motherfuckers. It don't matter their race. It don't matter their culture. Tony Gonzalez, Richard Sherman, all these motherfuckers. Guess who pays their fucking bill? The NFL. And if they don't tote the fucking line, guess what? They get made to be look the bad guy. Oh, YouTube shadow banned you? Oh man. Oh man, it's okay, Kane. It's okay. I'm surprised YouTube hasn't banned me yet. I'm surprised they haven't banned me yet, bro. It's okay, man. I appreciate the love though, man. I appreciate the love though, man. And yeah, YouTube's doing that to people, man. They're doing that to people, Kane. I feel bad, bro, because you're not probably a bad person. I'm not a bad person, but they want to shadow ban people, but they won't shadow ban other people. And that's the thing about YouTube. YouTube wants to cut people off or give me copyright claims all the time now. Now I got to try to take matters in my own hands and try to stop that from happening. But I understand. You know, I'm not angry. It's frustrating trying to make my content, and it's like I'm not trying to make money. I'm just trying to be. I'm just trying to do my DJ and I'm doing my sports shit. But half the time, if I speak how I want to speak, it's like, oh, you're a fucking bad person. You're a piece of shit. You're a fucking devil. But you get all these other people up on here. They'll tell you worse shit than I'm telling you, bro. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. And other people that just be jaded and blinded in their minds it's crazy, man. It's crazy that certain people are only getting a certain treatment and then they're not doing it to everybody. Like, I would be fine if they were doing it across the board, but they're not doing it across the board as far as YouTube or Facebook or Twitch or fucking Instagram or any of these things, any of these damn social media platforms to be exact. And they just allow these people to get up on here and spew their bullshit and gossip about other people. And it's one thing if people on here trying to post the truth or this and that, but then people want to talk about privacy. Well, you don't have privacy. You basically said, when you get in these social media contracts and you want to put out of privacy. Oh, well, how does people know my pictures? Well, you're putting pictures of your family, you're putting pictures of your babies, you're putting pictures of all this on the social media and everything else, and you wonder why people know everything. You're putting your business out there. You ain't got no privacy. Oh, but I signed up privacy. Yeah, but you realize there's that fine print that you don't read. It's very 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 very, very small print. It's in every contract you ever sign. Notice that. Every contract you sign, there'll be some print that's fucking small as fuck that you can't read. And you know why it's small as fuck because you can't read? Because they're screwing your ass. And they know that you're gonna overlook that and not pay attention because your eye will not pick up to it because it's not keen to knowing and understand. And why, if you're entering a contract, everything should be labeled enough to where you can see in fine print. But yeah, it is what it is, though, man. Try not to let it disappoint you. But like I said, I've been shadow banned. People probably ban me, probably try to, my content's been taken off here, and I've had 2 strikes. Especially on my sports talk here, because I try to, I'm a human being. I'm not a fucking robot, man. I'm not gonna sit up here and just, I am the robot. I am Kenny. Let me give you all the fucking scores. Let me tell you who's going to win. Ha 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 ha. No, that's and the people that get up here and just it's ridiculous. So I like my friends Gematria Sports and Mr. Futures. Like if any of you guys follow those motherfuckers, they know what the fuck they're talking about. You want to win some money and you want to learn some insight on some shit that'll open your fucking mind about shit. Gematria Sports and fucking Mr. Futures. Great sports people. Talk about the sports headlines. They connect a lot of dots that maybe people aren't paying attention to, and they try to help people out. You know, they're trying to really they're trying to help people open the minds. But if we don't network and say things, but there's a lot of people that won't talk about good people to go check out and see. I'm not somebody just says, hey, check me out. Check all these other people out. Other people out here got good information too. But there's also sucker ass people out here too. They're out here just fucking juking and jiving, playing a fucking cast of characters on here. Like there's some sort of fucking Muppet Babies, Jim Henson, You got Fonzie, Gonzo, fucking Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy, fucking, Bert Ernie, Come on now, man. Yeah. And you wonder why people on here aren't believable. 'Cause they're fake ass fuck, man. But yeah, let's get into sports here. We'll talk some sports here. I don't want to, pull off because that's it generally happens a lot of times. Like I start talking and just piss people off because they're like, "Oh, I don't want to hear you talk, man." I'm tired of hearing the bullshit. Just act like everything's fine, and then oh well, it's just that's not the case. That's not how shit goes. But that's this life sometimes. Life sometimes is just tricky. All right, we got some NBA action. NBA. The Warriors, they visited the White House yesterday. As all sports teams do when they win the championship and they give the president or whatever. But, yeah. Speaking of the Washington Wizards, they're playing the New York Knicks tonight. Should be interesting matchup there. I mean, I'm not sure if Bradley Beal is healthy back again, but the Knicks are playing better basketball. New York Knicks. Well, the Knicks play basketball at Madison Square Garden. The Knicks, are a team that, they got to get it together right now. And the Wizards are, they need their Bradley Beal back. But they have guys right now that are hustling like Rick Ross would say, and then getting the job done and keeping this team afloat, keeping them alive here as far as the playoff hunt. So should be a good game in Madison Square Garden tonight. We have the Atlanta Hawks on the road taking on the Dallas Mavericks. We got Trigger Trey and DeJounte Murray and Luka Doncic right now. He's a game time decision, but I figure he will play tonight. No Tim Hardaway Jr. He's kind of banged up right now. There will be Christian Woods there, so definitely like this Hawks Mavericks game. Definitely should be a really good basketball game. Game tips off at 7:30 Eastern time. Another game that starts at 8 Eastern time that I definitely like tonight here is the Cleveland Cavaliers going to Memphis to play the Memphis Grizzlies. I like this game a lot. I think both these two teams here are very competitive teams. I think these teams are going to be in the playoffs. I mean, specifically the Grizzlies, I think they're really going to be a dark horse. And Cavs, you never know with the Cavs. They got to put together here. A lot of injuries have kind of hurt them so far in the season. So they're kind of trying to get healthy at the right time here. We haven't quite got to the halfway point of the NBA season just yet, but definitely love this game. Definitely love this game. And seeing Donovan Mitchell and some of the guys on the Cavs go up against some of the guys, DeJounte Murray, not DeJounte Murray, John Morant. Here, my bad. John Morant. We got Desmond Baines. We got Steven Adams. They got a lot of good players on the Grizzlies. Young matchup here would be the Charlotte Hornets versus the Houston Rockets matchup here. Definitely the Rockets are underdogs here, but I definitely think the Rockets could get a win here tonight against the Hornets here. LaMelo Ball is back, but the Hornets just I don't know. The Hornets just don't seem like they're the same team as last year. They were able to make the playoffs last season, but and the Rockets are just trying to to just become a competitive team to try to be good. I mean, obviously they're one of the teams towards the bottom of the NBA right now, but they keep fighting, and they've upset some teams already in the season. So tonight maybe they pull an upset here against the Hornets. Next game we got the Indiana Pacers and the OKC Thunder. Thunder actually the favorite here tonight against the Pacers. I like the Thunder here. They're a really good team. Pacers are, a funny team. They have a good record, but I don't know. I just can't make heads or tails on them. They're not, a team that I don't know. You're not like expecting them to have more consistency. I think I'd back them more, but they're too much of an inconsistent team. And you look at a team like the OKC Thunder, who they don't have the record they should, but they're pretty competitive right now, considering the fact that and they've beaten some teams. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, they outright beaten fucking Boston. So I definitely ride the Thunder. They've been a team I won on them betting wise in Vegas and not in Vegas. So they're definitely a team that they definitely cover the spread, and sometimes they can outright upset and win on the money line here. So another good game I like tonight here is the Miami Heat and the New Orleans Pelicans down in New Orleans. I think both these teams here, especially New Orleans, turned it on hot last season. Here was the hottest team in the NBA as the second half season, and they played really well this season. So, and the Miami Heat, they're grinding. Like I said, they're another team that is a little bit older. And they got a lot of injuries that they've been dealing with, so they're just trying to get healthier, so that way they can make the good push for the second half of the season. Clippers and Jazz should be another good matchup here. Obviously, no Paul George, but there's Kawhi Leonard. And I like the Jazz because they are actually a good basketball team. I'd say if you're looking for a team in the NBA that plays basketball that doesn't have, big name stars and all that, it would be the Utah Jazz. And then we have the Timberwolves taking on the Nuggets. That's another good game. So I think the Nuggets are a team that have gotten healthy now, and Joker's playing like the MVP type here. Obviously, all these other guys they're playing like they're playing like a well-oiled machine, like they're ready to go in the season. Timberwolves, they still need to get consistency. They've had some injuries as well, not enough consistency. I haven't seen enough of obviously Rudy Gobert, Cat, Carl Anthony Towns, and uh, D'Angelo Russell, and Anthony Edwards here. So definitely like the Nuggets here. And last but not least, we have the Sacramento taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. So that should be a really good, interesting contest. Kings are overachieving, which most people didn't think they would be able to do in this season. And the Lakers, obviously no Anthony Davis. He's trying to get healthier and get back. LeBron and Russell Wilson Russell Westbrook are playing. You know, they're playing really well. They're playing really well considering the fact that you know some injuries there. Just the Lakers, just I don't know. The team they have just ain't the guys that are going to get them to the playoffs or championship. Maybe able to get the playoffs, but I don't know, man. I'm just not a believer in this Lakers team here. I'm not a doubter in LeBron. I'd say LeBron's probably this generational Jordan type player. That's once in a generational talent guy is built like him. And you see LeBron coming out of high school, man. I mean, you don't see too many guys like that. And it's just a specimen. Let's just say that. So that is NBA on the night. Let's see here. What we got here as far as college here? College, we got Maryland, Baltimore, and UMass Lowell men's side here. Bucknell and Army. We have Hartford and Morgan State. We got Connecticut taking on Seton Hall. We got the Florida Gators, Texas A&M, Auburn and LSU, Ohio State and Nebraska, East Carolina and Temple. We got Sanford and Eastern Tennessee State. We got Duquesne and St. Bonaventure. We got St. Louis and Loyola Chicago. We got Wofford in Western Carolina. TCU in West Virginia. Virginia Tech, Virginia. Battle of Virginia tonight. We have the Pittsburgh Panthers and Louisville Cardinal. Cincinnati Bearcats and South Florida Bulls. Bradley Braves and Indiana State Sycamores. Furman Paladins and the Chattanooga Mocs. We have North Carolina Asheville taking on Charleston Southern. Radford taking on Campbell. We have Winthrop and High Point. We have Lafayette College and American College University. We have Colgate. Brush your teeth with that Colgate. And we have Holy Cross. We have Presbyterian in South Carolina Upstate. We have Gardner Webb in Longwood. We have Boston University Navy. We have North Alabama and Central Arkansas. We have Southern Miss SMU versus Tulsa. We got Missouri State versus Drake. Illinois State, Northern Iowa. Abilene Christian, Utah Valley. We got Xavier DePaul. Providence Marquette. Arkansas, Missouri. Utah Tech, Grand Canyon. Oklahoma State. Oregon Ducks and Cal. And San Diego State taking on Colorado State. That is on the men's side of things here. Let's talk about the ladies' side of hoops, the women's side of hoops. We have the Lady Black Knights of Army taking on the Lady Bison of Bucknell. We have the Richmond Spiders taking on the Rhode Island Rams. We have Cincinnati, the Lady Bearcats taking on the Lady Pirates of East Carolina. We have the Lady Billikens of St. Louis taking on the Lady Dukes of Duquesne. The Lady Panthers of High Point taking on the Lady Eagles of Winthrop. We have the Lady Wildcats of Davison taking on the Lady Rams of VCU. We have the Lady Greyhounds of Loyola, Maryland taking on the Lady Mountain Hawks of Lehigh. We have the Lady Midshipwomen versus the Lady Terriers of Boston University. We have the Lady Buccaneers taking on the Lady Bulldogs of Asheville. We have the Lady Spartanids taking on the Lady Blue Hoses of Presbyterian. We have the Lady Eagles of Eastern Michigan taking on the Lady Golden Flashes of Kent State. The Lady Rockets of Toledo taking on the Lady Falcons of Bowling Green. The Lady Chippewas of Central Michigan taking on the Lady Zips of Akron. The Lady Golden Grizzlies of Oakland and of Michigan taking on the Lady Titans of Detroit Mercy. We have the Lady Great Danes of Albany taking on the Lady Bearcats of Binghamton. We have the Lady Camels of Campbell taking on the Lady Highlanders of Radford. The Lady Cornhuskers of Nebraska taking on Lady Boilermakers. We have Purdue. We have the Lady Friars of Providence taking on the Lady Bulldogs of Butler. We got the Minute Women of UMass taking on the Lady Rams of Fordham. We have Miami, Ohio. The Lady Redhawks taking on the Lady Huskies of Northern Illinois. We have the Lady Mustangs of SMU versus the Lady Shockers of Wichita State. We have DePaul, the Lady Blue Demons, the Lady Demons of the Lady Blue Demons of DePaul taking on the Lady Hoyas of Georgetown. You know, the Lady Golden Eagles of Marquette taking on the Lady Red Storm of St. John's. I can't say that. I cancel me for that. Lady Catamounts of Vermont taking on the Lady Black Bears of Maine. I cancel me for that as well. The Lady Hawkeyes of Iowa taking on the Lady Spartans of Michigan State. The Ladies of the Golden Gophers of Minnesota taking on the Lady Nittany Lioness of Penn State. And we have the Lady Explorers of LaSalle taking on the Lady Hawks of St. Joseph. Then we have the Lady Broncos of Western Michigan taking on the Lady Bobcats of Ohio. And we have the Lady Lancers of Longwood taking on the Lady Bulldogs of Gardner Webb. The Running Bulldogs of Gardner Webb here. And we have the Cowgirls, Oklahoma State, taking on the Cyclones, the Lady Cyclones of Iowa State here. So that is mainly your the games here as far as basketball is concerned tonight here. NFL, we got the divisional round now. We got 2 games set here for Saturday. We have the early game here at 4:30 Eastern. Jacksonville goes into Kansas City to play the Chiefs. And then we have the late game at 8:15 Eastern in Philadelphia in the city of brotherly love. We got the Eagles welcoming their divisional rival, the New York Giants. Then we have Sunday. We have the early one. We have at 12 Eastern time, we have the Cincinnati Bengals going up into Buffalo to play the Bills. And then we have the late game, the Dallas Cowboys taking on the San Francisco 49ers, but they should be called the Santa Clara because they do not play in San Francisco no more. They play in Santa Clara. So I just don't understand why they don't call themselves the Santa Clara Niners. But yes, so that is basically the sports for the day here. That's the rundown of the sports for the day. If anybody's got any games they're looking forward to, NFL, NBA, anybody likes some NBA teams. I know the Premier League. I think the Premier League's on right now, I believe. Yes, Manchester United is playing Crystal Palace right now in the second half here. 1-0 Manchester United leads here. Then tomorrow we have Manchester City versus Tottenham Hotspurs. So, we got that game if you like the English Premier League. Then we have the FA Cup here. We have the FA Cup here where we have Leeds United is beating Cardiff City here 5-1 here in the second half. And then we have a game, what is it, the 24th? Yeah, Arkington Stanley versus Boreham Wood FC. And then you have Manchester City versus Arsenal here the 27th. The 28th of January, we have Walsall FC versus Leicester City. Then we have Sheffield Wednesday versus Fleetwood Town. Then we have Southampton FC versus Blackpool. Then Ipswich Town versus Burnley. Then we have Fulham versus Sutherland AFC. Then we got Luton versus Grimsby. Then we have Blackburn versus Birmingham City. Then we got Bristol City versus West Bromwich. Then we got Preston North End versus Tottenham. Then we got Manchester United versus Reading. We got Stoke City versus Stevenage at FCC. Then we got Wrexham. We got Wrexham. They made the show on FX about that soccer club. Wrexham versus Sheffield United, and Derby County versus West Ham United. And January here, that's for the FA Cup here. I don't know exactly what that stands for, but we read it off here. We had the Australian Open here. I believe that is golf here. Or no, that's not golf. I believe that is tennis here. Yeah, tennis. We got Brazil. We got in Rio, Brazil, UFC 283. I'm sure that'll be happening this weekend. So anybody's interested in UFC, I mean, I watch it sometimes. I mean, I watch it. Not necessarily I'm like, oh man, I love the Diaz brothers. The Nick and Nate, man. Those guys are fucking, from Stockton, California. Those guys are fucking street fighters, bro. It's one thing. It's one thing when you got guys in there that know how to fight legitly, and then you got guys in there that are from the streets and know how to fight. I had to grow up kind of, you couldn't take shit. That's the difference between motherfuckers that want to fight sanctionally and people that are just, that's the thing that I respected about Kimbo Slice. God rest his soul. Obviously his son is fighting and doing things, like his father did. But Kimbo was a street fighter. He didn't care what it was. If there was a fight, he would fight. I feel like a lot of times these UFC guys, not saying that some of them are pussies or weaks, But I believe a lot of it's about the money. It's about the money, and I don't want to really. None of them really are guys that want to beat guys' brains and are guys that just want to get into fucking fights. Like this is, guys. Like we're all men, and we see the guys that are like, man, that guy right there. I don't want to fucking. I don't want to fuck with this guy over here. This guy right here. This guy right there. This guy right there fucking probably loves to fucking get his skull knocked in or bash the brains, and he doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He wants to inflict pain, and it doesn't matter if pain gets inflicted on him. He's enjoying that shit. I mean, there's just some people that are like that. I mean, it's not that they're sick. They're just some people are built that way. I guess I don't know, but yeah. All right, so let's see here. All right, we're going to see here. What do we like here tonight? Here, let's see. What is our play here between the Knicks and the Wizards here? I mean, the Wizards have kind of they've been a weird team for me here, so I think I'm gonna go with Knicks here. I think I would go Knicks money line here. I wouldn't be afraid, especially because the Knicks are at home, and I'm gonna take an upset here. I'm gonna go with Atlanta here. Atlanta Hawks on the road, pulling upset against the Mavs here, against Luka Doncic. Um, I like Cavs plus the 7.5 against the Grizzlies. I think that one's good here. I'm gonna go with the Rockets tonight on the money line here. When no matter of fact, I'm gonna go with the over 236.5. And Thunder. I'm going Thunder money line here tonight. I like that here a lot. Give me the Pelicans on the money line. I like the Clippers plus the 8.5. And give me Nuggets on the money line. And for what it's worth tonight, I'm going to take the Lakers over the Kings tonight. So there's 9 games. So this is our picks here that we're taking, our NBA picks for the 18th here. NBA picks 1/18/23 here. So we got the Knicks money line here as 204. Like that. I like that. The Atlanta Hawks, I'm kind of taking a risk here, taking Hawks on the money line here, because they are, like I said, they're not a very good road team here. But if Luka is kind of day to day, and maybe Luka does not play here, I think that kind of hurts them a lot, knowing that the Tim Hardaway Jr. is kind of banged up already. So I'm gonna just go with that. The Cavs here. The Cavs plus the 7.5 here on the spread here. I think the Cavs can cover. Either it can possibly get an outright win, or I think they could at least lose by 7 or less. That's just my feel between the Grizz. I'm usually on the Grizz here. Hornets and Rockets here. I'm definitely all over the over here. 236.5. Definitely points. Definitely points are going to be easily to come by in this game here. I think both teams are going to be able to put up points here. This is not, there'll be some defense, but I think there'll be enough defense to make it under. And then we got the Thunder. OKC Thunder Buddies here. Thunder Buddies here on the money line here. And that is minus 169 here. Minus 169 here. Minus 169. Get that 69, not like the rapper 6ix9ine. All right, then we got the Pelicans. We got the Pelicans Pelicans on the money line as well here, plus 129. And we have the Clippers. Got the Clippers here. The Clippers plus 8.5 here. I think Clippers can keep up with the Jazz here, at least enough to not lose by that much here. And I like the Nuggets. I've been fan of the Nuggets here. I think they're definitely a team I would root for and put some put some serious little bit of scratch, maybe go a little bit of scratch on them for them to be in the NBA Finals or make it to the finals. That'd be nice. I don't know. A lot of things got to shake out for them to get there. And then we took the Lakers tonight as the last pick. Lakers money line over the Kings here, and plus 108 here. So if we risk our normal dollar and then nine picks, be $199.81 here. So how much that would be here if we were to put that in a parlay, those 9 teams here. All right, now we got to get our let's get our men's and the men's and the ladies hoops here. I think we'll do the ladies first here. All right. Let's do this. Go to the women's side here. And all right. Obviously we got the Lady Black and the Lady. It must be really. It must be really, really bad here. Let me check that. I like to look at their 4-12 against Bucknell, 6-11 here. Let's go with the ladies of the Black Knights of Army here. We'll take that as our first. Be the first take of the day. Women's picks here. We'll take the Lady Knights of Army here on the money line here. Plus 504, like the 504 boys, from Louisiana. The area code. Then we got Richmond here. Yeah, Richmond versus Rhode Island here. Let's take the Lady Spiders. We'll take the Lady Spiders too. We'll pick them too here on the money line here. The Lady Spiders here. We call them. Can't call them Lady Black Widows because that would be a TOS probably. But who cares at this point, right? It's 309 here. Because obviously I'm not the TOS guy here. All right. High Point Winthrop here. The ladies of Navy here. They are 1-16 here. Can they cover the 23.5 here? Let's go with it here. We took the lady Knights. Let's take the lady midship women Navy on the money, or not on the money line here. It's plus 23.5 on the spread here. All right. That's 3. That's 3 we took so far. All right. Let's take the ladies South Carolina Upstate too here. I like them a lot here. Lady Spartans here. Upstate here. I'll take them on the money line here. Plus 185 here. Plus 185 there. So there we go there. I mean, pretty good. Pretty good there. And Toledo, Bowling Green girls. Shoot, they've only lost 2 games here. Yeah, we'll take the Lady Rockets of Toledo here. Let's go with that here. Lady Rockets of Toledo. Holy Toledo. Yeah. On the money line here, it's plus 118, right? Yeah, plus 118. So we got 5. Let's see if we can pull up another upset here. Pick another upset here. So we can pick an upset here. I think we'll take the ladies from Binghamton here. That'll be our Lady Bearcats Binghamton here. Bingham on the money line here. That's plus 185 here. So same as the ladies from South Carolina upstate here. So all right, very fair. So if we were to make this a parlay, and we were to bet all 6 of these, and if our calculations are correct here, we would get $834.09 here. So I mean, that's insane. Not just picking 6 of these college basketball here. All right, then let's do the men's, and then we'll be out of here. We'll be out of the hair. I mean, like I said, I talk my sports, but nobody wants to sit here and talk sports. They want to go, hey, it's like I'm talking sports. I don't have a conversation, but nobody wants a conversation, so I just talk. So if nobody else is gonna have a conversation, then I'm gonna continue to talk. I'm gonna fucking do what I do, because that's what I do. I talk my sports. I do what I do. I don't care if there's 1,000,000 people or 1,000 people. I'm still the same person. I'm gonna talk the same way. I'm gonna act the same way. I'm gonna be the same person. Now, there's other people that get up around here and start doing fucking hula hoops and all types of crazy ass shit, but that ain't me, man. And I'm just tired of people acting like, oh, you gotta have 1,000,000 people in your channel, and then you just or turn my Mickey Mouse stream off because I ain't got 1,000,000 people in my stream. Well, so be it. That's just my stream. I ain't gonna have 1,000,000,000 people. I'm not well known. If I'm well known, then guess what? Yeah, we're gonna. All right, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take the Retrievers here, Baltimore, Maryland. And them on the money line here for the men's here, first game here. Plus 153 here. And Give me Florida Gators as well here. We're taking Florida Gators here. Money line here. Plus 142. And give me Duquesne here. Give me the boys from Duquesne here. Duquesne's Dukes here. Minus the 1 on the spread here. I like that here. Give me Virginia Tech here to upset Virginia here. That's 186, right? Yep, that's 186. Alright. And yeah, give me Indiana State here. Minus 2. They've been a cash for me here. Minus 2 on the spread here. Alright. Then we got Furman here. I mean, Furman's the underdog here. I mean, yeah. Give me Furman then. I'll take Furman. I'll take the Furman. Furman money line here. Minus 107 here. Like that one alone here. I think that's good here. And let's see here. High Point Winthrop here. I mean, High Point here. I mean, they're 9-9 here. I mean, they're playing at home, so I mean they should probably win here. But you know that is here. The Camels at home here. Give me the Fighting Camels here. The Campbell. Plus 101 here. Let's see if we can find something interesting and good that we think we can, maybe find maybe select an upset here. Pick an upset here. Maybe a big name. Utah Tech to beat Grand Canyon. I mean, I don't know if that would be such an upset here. Let's see. Abilene would gotta be an upset here. I mean, Utah Tech, they're 9. I mean, Cal's playing at home too. I mean, they pulled the upset against Oregon. I don't know. Missouri went up against Arkansas here. Arkansas. Um, mm, trying to think of like, what would be, maybe just take, we think there's going to be a high scoring game here. Let's take the under 143 in this St. Louis game here. Like under 143 points here. And St. Louis, Loyola, Chicago. Alright, so we actually did that here. Cash out here. We would cash out here at $472 and 27 cents here. Yeah, that would be the. So that's our picks today. Our picks today, we got Maryland, Baltimore, money line, Florida Gators money line, Duquesne -1, Virginia Tech money line, Indiana State -2, Furman money line, Campbell, Fighting Campbell's money line, and the under 143 in St. Louis, Chicago here. Then for the ladies' side, we have the Lady Knights of Army money line. We have the money line for the Lady Spiders of Richmond money line. We have the Ladies of Navy to cover the 23.5 on the point spread. We have the Lady Spartans of South Carolina Upstate money line. Lady Rockets of Toledo money line, and the Lady Bearcats of Binghamton. And then we have today's NBA picks. We have Knicks money line. We have the Hawks money line. The Cavs +7.5. The over 236.5 between the Hornets and Rockets. The OKC Thunder Pelicans money line. Clippers +8.5. And Nuggets money line and the Lakers money line here. So not bad, not bad, not bad. So appreciate everybody, Kane for coming in here, and for anybody else who came in here, showed some love and appreciation. We'll be back here with the Women Crush Wednesday mix here later on tonight here, so stay tuned for that here. So we'll be doing that here, but that's it for the sports show for today. We'll be back tomorrow, Thursday. We'll talk more about the playoff games. We'll break down the individual matchups. Obviously, playoff history. Obviously, some teams have a playoff history against each other and others don't. So we'll break that down and what we like, what are the games we're looking forward to. And, obviously, the day and age of sports, NBA, college hoops, that good old stuff. So thank you for joining the Fresh and Funky Sports Talk. I'm your man, Fresh and Funky, and I'm out this motherfucker. And peace to everybody. And like I said, thanks to all the people that come and support. And for everybody else that just whatever, hey, we ain't worried about you.